Just keep your eyes closed. In these verses that we have been seeing, the absolute simplicity and effortlessness of this knowledge is revealed. So much so that when you are aware of it, no more there is a desire. Bhoga, moksha, nirakankshi. That is the line we saw last time. There are so many people in the world who are running after bhoga, indulgence, pleasure, fulfillment outside. And there are also millions, those who are running for renunciation, negation, austerity, dismissal of many things. As it is said here, rare is the individual who is neither interested in indulgence nor interested in renunciation for the sake of happiness. When somebody is looking for happiness, bliss, by renouncing everything, there is still somebody else who is looking for happiness, satisfaction, in indulging in certain things. Both shall be disappointed. Because happiness, your being, meditation, yourself, is neither the product of engagement or separation, indulgence or renunciation, contentment, yourself, who you are, is independent of every condition. To be the self, no conditions apply. To be the happiness, to be the love, to be the fulfillment, to be the freedom, no conditions apply. You don't have to bring in something, nor you have to dismiss something to be free within yourself. And therefore, ultimately, you can be free to be with the things as much you are free to be without the object. So the concepts like indulgence, renunciation, craving and resistance gain a completely different meaning, where you are happy to resist happy to crave. In the resistance, there is no denial. In the craving, there is no anxiety. Because you are being with yourself. And that happens and begins with yourself within. No thought is considered a taboo. There is no such thought or memory which gives you happiness or fulfillment. There is no such thought which causes unhappiness or disappointment. You are as much the happiness to be with a thought, that much you are yourself to without a thought. As much happy to it be a memory, to be with an emotion, that much fulfilled to without it. And that is seen clearly within the creation becomes a beautiful place. In your heart, in yourself, no compulsive resistance or craving. You are as comfortable with a thought, a perception, an object in their presence, that comfortable. In the absence of the object, perception, or the thought. So as you are sitting down, no more you are waiting for a thought to arrive, not to arrive, or to be dismissed. No expectation of any kind. Your sense of being who you are is absolute fulfillment. When you see these, Brahmamatramidam Vishwam, as you saw the last verse, the whole creation thereafter is a beautiful appearance. You are the reality. Like the water is the reality, the waves are the appearances. The wave, oh God, the wave does not dance. The dancing water, you call it a wave. And in and through the dancing water is steady. Wave is an appearance. The whole creation is a dancing awareness. Nataraja, the dance of Shiva. See that clearly in your thoughts. A name and form. If you remove from the thought the names, is a nameless content. Assuming to see the water, you don't have to dismiss the wave. To see the clay, you don't have to break the pot. To see the gold, you don't have to melt the ornament. To see yourself, to be yourself, you don't have to dismiss a thought, a perception, your body, or any object for that matter. The water is not hidden by the wave. Water is in unto the wave. Who you are, the consciousness, the self, is not veiled or hidden by a thought, covered by a body, a role or a name or a form. It's self-shining. Nothing can hide the awareness, the self that you are. See that simplicity, the innocence, effortlessness, and the immediacy of this wisdom that you are, where there is no waiting, no conditions need to be fulfilled, no conditions apply. For you to take up a role has to be created. You are not to be created, you are already there. Who you are, always there, already there. Roles begin, roles roll away. Thoughts begin, thoughts disappear. Sound begins, sound disappears. Speech begins, disappears. Who you are, beginningless, endless. So be the water and see the waves. Be the self and see the creation. At all times, all places, in all conditions. Just before getting into these verses, I'll share with you a little story that I read yesterday. In the Americas, there is like many places, there are so many divisions. So there is a black and white and all that thing is very strong, some places. So there is a child who was a black child. And he had that idea that black people means useless. He had gone to one big fair. And there was a person with a lot of balloons. So he was holding a nice big pink balloon. All the children, when they started gathering, and he, right in their presence, he cut that thread and the big pink balloon went up. The children are all excited. Wow! Then adding to the excitement, he put up one yellow balloon. Woo, went up. One green balloon, that also went up. Red balloon, that also went up. The poor child was waiting. And this man had so many balloons, there was also a big black balloon. Then he asked, "Uncle, will that big black balloon also will go higher than those?" The man gave an understanding smile and cut it off. Like any balloon, it also went off. Then he says, "Child, it is not the color that goes up, it is what is inside. It's not the red balloon goes, white balloon goes, black balloon goes. It is not the color that goes up, it is what is inside that helps it to go up." Same thing in life. It is not the roles that make you great. It is not your childhood, it is not your youth, it is not your old age. It is not your man or woman, it is not you are a politician or a scientist. It is not that you are a aristocrat or ordinary commoner. None of these are great by themselves. It is what is inside. Luckily for all of us, for the entire humanity without exception, we are sufficiently, infinitely endowed within. Everybody is infinite. Everybody is immortal. Everybody is absolute. That is why, as long as you are comparing and contrasting, looking at yourself through your riches, possessions outside. So somebody is rich, somebody is poor. Somebody is 1,000 acre owning, somebody 1 ground or half an acre. Somebody has a fleet of cars, somebody has no car. Somebody has a ranch and 1,000 horses, somebody has nothing. So arrogance, disappointment and frustration. Look at your body. Somebody is a child, somebody is young, somebody is an adult, somebody is old, somebody is very old. If you look at yourself through your physical body, you cannot escape the comparison, and therefore the contrast, and therefore the disappointment. Only, not necessarily only arrogance or later disappointment. As a young 10, 20-year-old also you can be disappointed. This morning I was looking at a newspaper. I read for this type of tidbits, not for, because there is nothing to read this newspaper these days. But one funniest thing today was, you cannot believe, one man in London, in England, one man has spent $150,000, which is like 1 crore of Indian rupees, okay? 1 crore, 100,000, okay? 100 lakhs. 1 crore rupees, one man, 24-year-old, has spent that much money to look like one movie star, Kim Kadiri's son, something like Kim Kadiri, I don't correctly pronounce that name, one Kim Kadiri's son, something like that. I don't know, he must be some, God knows, whatever it is. So, and she looks, when I saw that photo, I thought there is some movie star, because you know, that's right, the boy now has spent $150,000, 1 crore, to look like that woman face. What do you think of it? I mean, in this age of total freedom, we have no business to talk about it. I am not talking about it as a person, I am not, because how you look is your problem, not my problem, his problem. What way you want to dress, what you don't want to dress, what is your hairstyle, what is your nose, what is your tail, that's all your choice. I have absolutely nothing to say. But what I am saying is, when the person's self-worth is dependent upon how his nose looks, not how he looks, how his eyes are, not how he is, what wealth he has or what car he rides, imagine the world can be completely deluded. And also imagine if there are 7 billion deluded people living in the planet, what shall be the condition of the planet? Think. And we are going through that. Right in the midst of plenty, there are plenty of crises, which manifests as a crisis between the countries. Political war, religious war is all manifestation of the little war that is taking place in one's individual's head. As they say, long before an atom bomb blasts in the womb of the desert, it has already blasted in the mind of the scientist. Until he sees the possibility, you cannot make it a reality outside. It's like a painting. If you see a master painting, if you see a masterpiece, what is that masterpiece on the canvas? What the artist had seen long before it came to be painted on the canvas. So if you see the hatred, jealousy, infatuation, ugliness, criminality, killing, hurting, what does it mean? Somebody is already destroyed. The color becomes so important. Possessions become more important. Roles become more important. Imagine, the child story is fantastic. It's not the color that goes up, it is what is inside. Lucky we have that in all of us. Nobody at no time need to be disturbed, affected, or suffer in life. You are absolute bliss. You understand? That's yours to own. That's you. A moment of misery is a fantasy. Is fake, is stupid. Moment of happiness is so commonplace, it doesn't have to be given importance. You understand? Happiness, moment of happiness, fulfillment is not to be highlighted. Why? Because it's so commonplace. It's like nobody highlights the space. Everybody highlights the trees. You know, I understand the space is not to be highlighted, because space is already highlighted. You cannot have anything without the space. Happiness, love, fulfillment, freedom, immortality. There is no need to highlight, because that is the commonplace things. Nobody talks about the earth. You come into the ashram, do you talk about the ground? No. Swamiji is beautiful tree, lovely vegetables, such fragrant flower. All these things, how are they coming? If the earth is not there, will they grow? But how many people appreciate the ground? Everybody appreciates the tree. So many trees are there. Where the trees are standing? Everybody appreciates. Somebody sings nicely, somebody dances nicely, somebody is a scientist, and a painter, an artist, a musician, all these things. But where all these manifestations are happening? The ground reality, your sense of being who you are. That is, even if there is no achievement for somebody, still he is the greatest presence. You understand? What a statement. Really beautiful. Even if somebody has no achievement, he is the supreme presence. Satchidanandoham. In the Satchidanandoham, I am the absolute existence, I am the knowledge, I am the bliss. Everybody can be proud of. That's your being. Now, what have you got to be proud of? Me being me is sufficient, good enough to be proud of. You understand? You can't believe, you can't beat it. Because the people thinks you have to be proud of because he is the governor of the state. He has to be proud of because he is the managing director of IMF. He has to be proud of because he is a top musician or magician or painter. That's cool, that's okay, that's okay. But then there is a fear, your record will be broken. Somebody will have a better painting, somebody will have a better childhood, somebody will have a better body, somebody will have a better man or a better woman. You know what a headache it is. In this knowledge of yourself, your being who you are, at no time anybody can better you. As even you cannot better anybody. Neither you better somebody, nor somebody can better you. That is why your sense of arrogance is as stupid as even your sense of vulnerability, helplessness, miserable existence. It's a waste. So see that, please. It's not what you have, it's who you are. Please read it. Brahmamatramidam sarvam kinchin nasti iti nishchayi. Verse number 70. Alakshya spurana shuddha svabhavenaiva shamyati. Shuddha spurana rupasya drishyabhavam apashyatah. Kva vidhi kva vairagyam kva tyaga kva samopi va. Okay. Kva vidhi kva vairagyam kva tyaga kva samopi va. Sphurato nantarupena prakrutim ca na pashyatah. Kva bandha kva ca va mokshah kva harsha kva vishadita. Buddhi paryanta samsare maya matram vivartate. Nirmamo nirahankarah nishkama sobhate buddhah. Buddhi paryanta samsare maya matram vivartate. Nirmamo nirahankarah nishkama sobhate buddhah. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. See, however much you may say, and that's the truth is that your being who you are does not depend on any name, any word, any book, any description, any thought, any idea, any identity, any condition. That's the fact. But the moment you open your eyes and you start interacting with people, do you remember that? Are you still with it? That is the time, understand, that is the time, suppose you open you are being with, just dramatize it. You are being with yourself. Appa. Now you open your eyes. In front of you, these verses are there and another newspaper is there. Suppose you pick up the newspaper, listen carefully. If you are yourself, it will not make any difference whether you read these verses or read the newspaper. But in the beginning stages, when I say beginning stages, because long before you are really settled in yourself, what we call as the Dehatma Buddhivat Brahmahamiti Buddhi. As even ignorant man feels, if you ask him, who are you? Without consulting anybody, he says, I am the body. Same way, Dehatma Buddhivat, when somebody asks you, who are you? As effortlessly the ignorant man says, I am the body, that effortlessly if you feel you are the truth, you have made it. Like an ignorant person, when he is asked, who are you? Does he have to consult anybody? Who are you? Man, woman, son of my father, daughter of my parents. I mean, these identities, how effortlessly comes to you. That effortlessly does to come to you. Who am I? No words spoken, no thoughts need to appear. Leaving myself. For such a person, reading a scripture or a newspaper, it makes no difference. But until you are established in that, when you read these verses, it reminds you of yourself, but when you read the newspaper, it will remind you of something else. That is why loose talk. You open your mouth, then you listen to the class, then you go back. You talk everything else except discussing the subject. You talk about what is the market rate, what is the gold price went up or not, dollar went or not, what happened in who killed whom, or where the Taliban went, where is the fighting going on, or who is looking at whom, who is laughing with what, who is it. Not that you are not allowed to do that. You can do it, but you ask yourself, are you being with yourself even while doing all these things? You can be with yourself, you can see something, listen to something, touch, taste, smell, do everything. But if you are forgetting yourself, when you are seeing, reading, touching, teaching something somewhere you are doing, like eating something, doing something, you may be lost in that. Whereas, if you read a newspaper, perhaps it will not remind you of yourself. But when you read a scripture, when you talk about it, in a sense about yourself, Mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham, you read that line, I am not the mind, I am not the body, I am not the intellect, I am not this. It takes you back to yourself. But if you go on reading a newspaper, or a novel, or a poetry, or something, nothing wrong. So until it becomes effortless, totally effortless with yourself as you are, thereafter anything will be fantastic. Once you are with yourself, don't ask question to that. That will be for such a person. Suddha spurana rupasya. Suddha spurana, alaksha spuranam. Spurana means throbbing, which is continuously existing in yourself. Continuously spurana. At no time you can be away from yourself. You can be away, what all you can be away from is not yourself. Think that. Whatever you can be away from, it is not yourself. Miseries you can be away from, that is a misery is not yourself. You try to be miserable for 24 hours, please try. You see, everybody says, you try, be with yourself, forget. You ask somebody, Swami, I don't know, this thought is disturbing me. All right, be with that thought for 24 hours, let us see. Just be with that thought. Whatever thought is bugging you, be with that thought. You be conscious, be with that thought. You go away. You go away. It can't. Because that is its nature, self-dismissing. Self-dismissing is the nature of the thought. Self-dismissing. You don't have to dismiss it. It's like, should we push? Are we pushing from the morning to become noon? For the noon to become afternoon? Are we pushing? Are you pushing yourself to be young? Pushing yourself to be adult? Growing? In the growth of the body, what is your choice? In changing thoughts, what is your choice? It automatically changes. To be with yourself, There is no effort. To be with a thought is an effort. To be with an emotion is an effort. You are angry with somebody. Please listen. You are angry with somebody. To maintain that anger, you have to remind yourself, that fellow is stupid. You should never be kind to him. You have to continuously remind. After satisfy, after some time he is forgotten and you can't be angry. Only anger is so-called love. How long can you love somebody? Think. After some time you automatically die away. But that is why these people who claim this eternal love between them, that doesn't work. Eternal love in being with yourself, you are eternal in love with the whole universe. That nobody can touch away. But this puppy love, she is so nice, he is so nice, his hair is so wonderful, his tail is so nice, all that nonsense, that type of love. What happens? You see a better tail, you see a better eyes, you see somebody younger or older, disappears. Because you are not loving the person, you are loving the concept. You are loving the concept inside you, which you see in the person. So if that other person, another person comes up with a better thing, which matches with your concept, you hit into that, you hit into that. That is why, have you seen people, or you have seen from your own experiences of life, how many times you have found your soulmates? How many times? Every time these movies, use movie stars, I don't say star as you told them, movie meteors. All these movie meteors, all of them, all the time will say, now I have found my match. For one day. Now I find my match after 2 years. Hey, don't expect that. You want to be in love for eternity, be yourself. And then you are in love with the whole universe as it is. Absolutely no problem. You cannot miss it. So this is something which is spurana. Spurana is an amazing word that, spuranam, is like spuranam, like thrubbing, meaning just you are being conscious. Not conscious of something. To be conscious of something, use the eyes. Are you getting that point? To be conscious, you don't need anything. To be conscious of something, you need something. To be conscious, what should you do? To be conscious of a sound, sound must be there, your ears must be there, they must be in the range. To be conscious of a touch, taste, smell, sight. So many conditions apply. That is why people are disappointed, frustrated. You try to achieve the impossible. What is that impossible? To be with the same sound all the time, same touch, same taste, same smell, same sight doesn't work. Even the object is there, your sense organs lose the strength to objectify. Same mood shall be there. Moods you cannot continue. Consciousness, yourself is not a mood. For most people, the so-called happiness is a mood. Unhappiness is another mood. Love is a mood. Hatred is a mood. Jealousy is a mood. That is their moody. That is their moody, not muni. Muni is one who is mananasilava. Continuously being with himself. There is no mood change there. Since self is not a mood, there is no change. Rest of it is a mood. Are you getting that point? Rest of it is a mood in life, just a mood. The mood passes. Now you're in a good mood, oh generous. If somebody asks you 1 chocolate, you give him 10 chocolates. You are in a bad mood, somebody asks you, I'm the only one to give you chocolate. Why? Are you getting that? You're in a bad mood. In a good mood? Understand? So this is Shuddha Spuranam. In a language, Shuddha Spurana Rupasya Drushya Bhavam Apashyatah. That which is Alakshya Spuranam, which is imperceptible yet existing, your sense. Imperceptible is not as seen or heard or touched or smelt or tasted. Your sense of being, Alakshya, it is not the object of your sense organs, yet it is there. Buddhigrahayam atindriyam, as Bhagavad Gita will say. Buddhigrahayam atindriyam. Conceived in your mind, you can see it in yourself, but atindriya, sense organs cannot grasp it. No thought can catch it. Mind is the sixth sense organ. And that is here, always a Suddha Spurana. Drushya bhavam na pashyatah. Na pashyatah, the one who no more sees this as an object. Drushya is not something seen. It is the seer which cannot be seen. It is the sound cannot be heard. It is the touch cannot be touched. Absolute sound, what a language boy. Absolute sound, absolute touch, absolute taste, absolute smell, absolute sight, one and the same. Relative sounds are different from touches, touch is different from sight, sight is different from taste, taste is different from the smell. But absolute taste, absolute sight, absolute touch, absolute smell, all one and the same. Eye of the eye, ear of the ear, tongue of the tongue, nose of the nose, skin of the skin, consciousness, all one and the same. Asaddam asparsham arupam arasam agandham is not a sound to be heard, not a touch to be touched, not a smell to be smelt, not a sight to be seen, not an object to be touched. It is all sound to be heard. It's all one and the same. For such a person, kva vidhi, kva vairagyam, kva tyaga, kva samopiva. For such a person, kva vidhi, kva vairagyam. For such a person, what are the vidhi? Vidhi means you should do this, you should not do this. Vidhi, vidhi nishedha. Yada yat kartumayati krutva tishtati sukham. Whatever comes on the way, doing that, the person sukham aste, very happily sitting down. Is almost like a child in a little different way. Like child comes and sees, which is a real incident I have told you many times. A child comes and sees some plates are on the table. The child goes, gets up and picks it up and it falls down, makes a noise. Yeah, very nice music. So he takes one after another and drung and banging. And then feels very good about it, sit down there and playing, surrounded by the broken plates. The mummy comes and what happens? Climbs the wall. How can you do it? No, he says as to why the mummy is wondering. Okay? Because that's the innocence of the child. Same with the wise man. Whatever comes on the way, for him, there is no sense of, understand, it's not that child does not know it does it. The wise person can choose to do something. And then there is a question of when somebody says, what is going on? How do you explain to the person? Why are you smiling? You know, the other day I was telling you, yesterday I was telling you, but I have been thinking about it. In life, once an idiot, not always idiot. Once ignorant, not always ignorant, because you have to change. Once an idiot, not always an idiot. Once ignorant, not always ignorant. Once smart, not always smart. Once intelligent, not always intelligent, because sometimes your intelligence can fail. Whereas, if you are a wise person, you know who you are, you can choose to be smart, you can choose to be intelligent. You can choose to be an idiot. An idiot cannot be intelligent. An intelligent person will hate to make himself an idiot. That is where that total compartmentalization. An intelligent person, ask him to appear foolish also, he will not, because he is so stuck on that image, I am an intelligent person. An idiot cannot be also intelligent. Whereas the wise person can play intelligent and also can play fool. Both way fine. By being intelligent, his stock is not going up. Being stupid, his stock is not going down. He is himself. So seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, everything is going on in life. Whereas an onlooker will say, what is he doing? Like mommy getting upset over the child. What happens is, not that therefore go on breaking everybody's thing, and it's not like that. Just take that example. In a sense, with the sense there is no doership, enjoyership, the person is contented with himself. That is why contented living, contented dying. With everything as wonderful, without everything also is wonderful. That is the beauty. So such a person, ko vidhi, what he should or should not do. In Bhagavad Gita, it comes so beautiful. I mean, Brahma, it is not Gita, it is another text, it comes. Brahmamrutena, Jnanamrutena truptasya, beautiful verse. Jnanamrutena truptasya, krutakrutyasya yoginah, naivasti kinchit kartavyam, asti chet nasa brahmavit. Jnanamrutena truptasya, krutakrutyasya yoginah, for this yogi, the person, this wise man, who is satisfied, contented with Jnanamrutena truptasya, with this nectar of wisdom of himself, naivasti kinchit kartavyam, there is no such thing, kartavyam, this which he must do. By doing which only he shall be happy. There is no such thing. In case there is something, asti chet, in case there is something, there is a condition he has put, only by doing this I will be wise, nasa brahmavit, he does not know the truth. Meaning there is no such thing which he can do or cannot do. There is no such thing which he must do or must not do. It is an amazing freedom. He shall choose not to do. But there is no such thing which he cannot do. There is no such thing that you understand. That is why such a person, because if suppose he does it, in the perception of the world, mana apamana will be there. Suppose he eats something or takes something, in the eyes of the world, oh, it's wrong, this fellow is stupid, apamana. Apamana means humiliation, dishonor, disrespect. Does something, everybody says, oh, it's so fantastic. From one person's standpoint, he is glorious. From another standpoint, he is inglorious. From his standpoint, neither this matters nor that matters. He does it. Why? Because it has to be done. Please think of it. You are contented with yourself. That is why before you pass judgment on other people's actions, first you better be aware of yourself. Very, very important. Very, very important. You know, for you to, it will come later on. That's why he's coming later on. He comes later on. He's interfering with my thought because it's so fantastic. Dushtam, even to the worst of the fellow, this man will not condemn. What is the language he comes? Yeah. It comes later on. We'll see that later. It's a beautiful language. Dushtabi? 77. Doesn't matter, when it comes I'll show you that. I read too many verses this morning. That is verse number 82, it comes. It was long, after 2 pages. Na shantam stauti niskama, na dushtam api nindati. Niskama, one who is free from any type of need, demand, desire, expectation, fulfilled with himself. Shantam na stauti. Suppose you see somebody is very peaceful, absolutely wise, na stauti. There is nothing to wonder at or nothing to praise. Dushtam api na nindati. Even if see somebody is a high class rascal, a top class criminal, na nindati. Not that he praises him. Not that he says, oh, he is wonderful. But na nindati. He will not hate him. Because in that person he sees the possibility of the infinity. That is where comes the compassion. Dushtam api na nindati. Even if you bring in, it's like a Gishwara. Just imagine the heinous crime now. 136 children wiped out in that place. The person who has perpetrated, the person or persons, complete confused with their roles. Call it fanaticism, call it whatever you like. But that person, who he is not a fanatic. Was he born fanatic? Anybody born fanatic? Born Muslim? Born Christian? Born Hindu? Born bad? Born stupid? Born ignorant? Yes. And this ignorance has got million manifestations. So you don't blame the person from the different standpoint. The person should change. But society, different types of consideration, we are not talking about that. But even for the heart of heart, you don't praise such people, but you cannot hate to the point of hatred. Because ultimately, that person also has the same spark of divinity. Because he did not see that is why he is perpetrating this mistake. So whoever perpetrates any type of hatred, jealousy, pain, anxiety, the person has not seen it. When you are blessed yourself for who you are, you shall respect your father. Listen carefully. When you are an achiever, your life is fulfilled. You got a good job, you have got good everything, marriage is nice, life is nice, you are satisfied, contented. What will you do? You shall say, my father was so nice, my mother was so nice, without them I won't be where I am. Without my school teachers I won't be where I am in a relative world. And suppose you have understood this reality, about this, without this self-knowledge, the absolute, I won't be who I am. So what happens is, whether it is a relative relationship, the father, mother, people, friends, society, to that I am grateful. Also because I am aware of myself, to that tradition also I am grateful. Your life is full of gratitude. But when you don't succeed, what shall you say? My mother did not take care. Everybody else to be blamed. My father did not take care. My society did not take care. My upbringing was like that. My schooling was like that. My teachers were like that. But once you are happy with yourself, what shall you say? Everything that I went through in my life is a great blessing. Why? Without those steps, I won't be where I am. Therefore, your life is such a, you understand? Can you hate somebody? You cannot. That visceral hatred, that hatred which is almost visceral, sort of like in your system. Some people are like that. Because they hate themselves. Unless you hate yourself, you are angry with yourself. You cannot be angry with people, you can't hate people. You can't be jealous. Understand? It's impossible. That is why the moment there is a spark of hatred comes up, understand, jealousy, infatuation, hatred, something somewhere comes up, look at yourself. Hey, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm being with myself who I am. Listen carefully. So that language, when it comes, we shall see. I read through many verses today, it was so beautiful. Anyway, so ko vidhi, ko vairagyam, ko tyaga, like we started our classes. Your being with yourself does not depend upon either indulgence or renunciation. That language which had gone before in these verses. Bhogamokha nirakangshi viralohi mahasaya. That person is a rare entity in this rarity in this universe, who is neither interested in indulgence to be happy, nor is interested in renunciation to be happy. Some people are struggling to renounce everything. Tired of pleasure, they want to renounce everything. Tired of renunciation and negation and denial, they want to indulge in everything. This man, one who is happy with himself, is neither tired of indulgence nor tired of renunciation, nor is looking for indulgence, nor is looking for renunciation. In fact, very living is a marvelous indulgence. Very living is a marvelous indulgence. Why? What is indulgence? What is a luxury? Think. What is a luxury? Luxury is something without which you can live. Necessity is something without which you cannot live. Right or wrong? Air is a necessity. Air conditioning is a luxury. Why is it a luxury? Because if air conditioning fails, we are still alive. If air fails, you can't say air conditioning failed, dead body is dragged out. No, it doesn't happen. So luxury is something without which you can live in this world. Necessity is something without which we cannot live. Water is a necessity. Hot water, cold water, luxury. Listen carefully. Food is a necessity. But Chinese food, Indian food, Thai food, Australian food, whatever, European food, luxury. Food is necessity. Types of food is a luxury. So why it is a necessity without which you cannot live? Luxury it is without which you can live. Now think. When you, for the average person, physical body is a necessity for existence. With the body, I am there. Without the body, I am not there. Therefore, body is a necessity, maintenance is a necessity, keeping it alive is a need, a necessity, an imperative. When you appreciate yourself who you are, your being who you are does not depend upon the body. If the body is there, excellent, not there also, excellent. Your body is a luxury. For the average person, this thought, this mood, these conditions must be fulfilled for me to be happy. Therefore, if it is fulfilled, it is a luxury. Not there. For you have made it a necessity. Are you getting that? For you made it necessity. How? Like air conditioning is a luxury, but if you make it a necessity, you get into problem. In modern days, understand, in our generation, Progress means prosperity means how many luxuries you have converted to necessity. That is the modern man's dilemma. Modern man's dilemma is how many luxuries they have converted to necessity. Can't live without the fan, can't live without the air conditioning, can't live without this perfume, can't live without this $150,000 change of the face, can't live without this car, can't live without this boy or girl, this man or woman. You understand the point. Then what happens? You have made it a luxury, luxury thing, you have made it in the necessity. If you imagine like that, condition, think of it, food is a necessity. And whereas types of food is a luxury. Go into another very strong emotion, sex. Think of it, physical relationship. Is it a necessity or a luxury? Physical relationship, sexual relationship. Is it a necessity or a luxury? It's a luxury. Why? So food is a necessity. Without food you will be dead. But types of food is a luxury. If you don't have it, it doesn't matter. Anybody dead? Swami, that fellow died. What? No sex for 3 months, died. Anybody has been dead because there is no sex, then all the children will be dead until 15, 16, 17-year-old. After that also some people married bachelors. You don't have a relationship, then you should be dead. Think of it, friends. The trouble comes when you consider a luxury a necessity. That is infatuation. Just like a food has become addictive food, sexually addicted. Sound, music addiction, a touch addiction, taste addiction. Addiction, don't think only drugs, It's not only getting that. It's not that only drugs somebody is addicted to. You can be addicted to music, addicted to pornography, seeing, sight, addicted to taste, addicted to smell. This particular brand of perfume, nothing else. So you have converted the necessity, you converted the luxuries to necessity. In Upanishadic wisdom, in understanding of yourself, in self-knowledge, they convert your necessities to luxury. Your physical body is a necessity for existence. Suddenly you discover your body need not be there for you to be. Therefore the necessity has become a luxury. A thought becomes a luxury. Thinking is a luxury. Being alive is a luxury. Why? If it is there, fantastic. Not there, also fantastic. Luxury, no? Imagine what a change. What a change in perception. What a change in life. Because what you consider that without which I cannot be alive, now you discover without everything you can still be there. Wow. Who can touch you? Now I am taking away your land. Take it. It's not mine to take. It was there, always land is there. You want to occupy, occupy. Like that was the best line I always hear about this Second World War. When the boy, Hitler boy, Nazi, and the fellow was so nut anyway, he wanted to occupy the whole Europe and everything. There was a talk those days also, certain world leaders, they thought, better to give him the whole Europe and leave it alone. Let us see how he manages it. It would have been the best thing to do. You can't manage one small country and you want to occupy the entire, now even the expansionism in the politically, that expansionism, that this country, tomorrow next country, what is this madness? Leave the fellow, let him manage it. And how much, even an individually, how much somebody can take away from you? 5,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees, 5 lakhs rupees, okay. The person, I am not telling therefore whoever asks it, give it, not like that. What I am telling is, in case it is going to go, it was not yours in the first place. Kya laya tha jo kho diya? What is that you brought in life that you lost it? You came empty, you go empty. Those are the days I was telling little stories. I have gone now because we are talking to these type of things. Mahmud of Ghazni, In the history it says that Mahmud of Ghazni looted India 16 to 17 times, collected the best of the jewelries from all the temples. Because gods were given the best. Even now, the Padmanabha Swami temple in Kerala, what are they having? In Tirupati temple, what is the type of gold they have? Imagine. Every temple around India. So they come and looted the temple and took it away. And when he was dying, he had a death wish that when I am dead, when they told the same story about Alexander the Great and this Mahmud of Ghazni also. So when I am dying, when in that coffin, one hand must be out. But that's not the tradition. He said, no, you must do it. Why? So that the whole world knows the Mahmud of Ghazni who looted India or ruled over Asia for such a long time and collected all the best jewels of the world, went back empty-handed. Could not carry even one. You can't even close your hand. And you are fighting for what? He took him a book. 1 inch land, you kill each other. Don't have to lose helplessly. But if it has to be lost, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, your body will go, no. So there is no such thing as a necessity in the wisdom of the Absolute. Everything is a luxury. That is why Nitya Ussava Bhavetesam, Nitya Ussava Bhavetesam. For such people who understand the reality, for them life is an eternal celebration. Nitya Ussava. Ussava is life is a long festival. Eternal festival. Everything is fantastic. Oh, this thing is there, wonderful. This is not there, wonderful. How? That's what it is. People don't understand. How can, oh, you are feeling sick. Oh, Swamiji, you are sick. Yes. Oh, it's so nice to fall sick. What? How can you say it's so nice to fall sick? But when you are sick, nobody comes around. So fantastic. Lovely holiday. Huge problems. Nothing like it. Why? When there is a problem, nobody is around. The best thing in the world. Everybody is around, wonderful. Why? Because not that listen carefully, not that the wise person needs people. The people need wisdom. Very simple. So it is not that therefore I am satisfying people's need. No, I am singing my song. Continue to sing my song. When I am singing song, it's like a peacock. Dancing, not for somebody. It's like a cuckoo, singing for somebody, not for singing for somebody, singing. This song of life is like that. When you are singing this song, it's everybody's song. Whoever listens to it and gets, wow, that's my song too. So what is that to be proud of? The whole thing is a festival. So therefore, Vairagyam ko tyaga ka samopiva. What is there to be dispassionate about? Or what is there to be passionately getting involved about? If it is there, fantastic, not there, excellent. Na tyaga, there is nothing to be given up, nothing to be grabbed. Shamopiva, what is the sameness of mind? In any condition of mind, I am the same. I am not looking for the sameness of mind. In any condition of the mind, I am same. I am not looking for the sameness of the mind. Are you getting that point? When you say the mind must be in a particular state, then you will be affected because mind changes. But you are the same in all conditions of the mind. It's like people looking for happiness in equilibrium. You should be neither sunlight, like morning, early morning, dawn, neither too hot, neither too cold. It should be that only for 1 hour it will be like that, not rest of the day. Spring can be only for 2 months, not for the rest of the year. So if you are looking for happiness in that so-called equilibrium, you will be miserable. If the mind must be neither too... That is why this middle path also becoming very dangerous. Dangerous in a sense, impossible. Because Neither too much, not too little, neither too much, too little. That means always balance, 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 balance. You don't balance that. Balance yourself so that everything is automatically balanced. Why the monk must sell his Ferrari? Why can't he keep it? And if you want to sell it, why should you be miserable about it or proud about it? What is wrong in that? Are you getting that? It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. Only when you see it, you see for yourself. That is why you have no sense of condemnation for anybody, nor you look at with some type of wonderment. Oh, it's okay, fine, going on. It's so beautiful. Appreciation. Somebody, I was looking at the history of civilizations. So beautiful. Those days, looking at these kings and other things, warriors, those nights, I was watching that movie Troy. So beautiful, but at the same time, while eulogizing the valor, the courage, the indomitable courage of some powerful, gladiators or fighters, why should we forget how many thousands were killed? It's so nice to celebrate the victory of the king. But do you understand how many millions are killed for that? Will you like to be killed? Will you like to be killed? Then don't celebrate victory. That is how Ashoka changed. Thousands of people, millions of people. In Orissa, if you go near Bhubaneswar, there is a river. Kalinga war was fought near that. Thousands and millions, lakhs of people are taken prisoner, lakhs of people are killed, lakhs of people are wounded. Ashoka get the victory. In his victory celebration, in that pride and enthusiasm, he declared, whoever, whatever wants can come and take from me. The story goes, one old lady comes and reaches the emperor. He says, okay mother, what do you want? He said, I want my 3 sons. He said, where are they? They are dead in this war, in this Kalinga, in the battle of Kalinga, they are dead. Please give me back. He said, mother, if they are wounded, I can heal them. If they are imprisoned, I can free them. But dead, how can I bring them back? He said, if you cannot give back the life, what right did you have to take it? That changed the man. If you cannot give back life, what right have you got to take it away? You cannot give respect to people, don't make them a sense of object of disrespect. You can give happiness to people, don't make people unhappy in life. You cannot solve somebody's problem, do not create a problem for somebody. It's an amazing dimension of life. In wisdom it happens. When you are with yourself, it's just, I cannot give you happiness. I don't have to be the cause of your slightest disturbance in life. Withdrawn. But when you are pathologically disturbed, clinically, you understand? Very viscerally, like it has gone into a system. You are destroyed, devastated, persecuted, miserable. You shall punish everybody in this world. Whereas when you recognize this reality, the whole living is a luxury. Ask yourself, go back this today and ask that question to yourself. Is your living, your existence is a luxury, or you are frightened of losing the necessity? When you are with yourself, if you are the whole thing is a luxury, you have understood yourself. Why? There is no such thing without which I cannot live. But if you have converted a luxury to necessity, there is something wrong with you. Something wrong with you means that only you will suffer, nobody else will suffer. When you create an habit, when you create an habit or addiction out of something, an object or a substance, should the substance be held responsible? Alcohol made me alcohol made me alcoholic, or you make alcohol a habit. Drugs don't make you addicted, you make yourself addicted. Objects, people, things, gold, diamond, money, property, power, people, if you are addicted to them, who makes you addicted? You. Therefore, you make yourself miserable because you have converted every little luxury to necessity. In fact, the whole creation is a luxury. Depends how many of those things in this universe we have converted to necessity. The whole existence is a luxury. That is, it is continuously changing. It doesn't respect our demands, expectations. Oh, this morning is so beautiful, and let it be so. The creation sees million dawns, trillion dawns. Each dawn is better than the other. Each evening, each night or day or the season is better than the other. Each planet is better than the other. Creation is not impoverished, absolute enrichment, total luxury. It all depends on you. You convert that luxury. I want only the spring season, that's your problem. I want only the summer time, that's your problem. I want only the childhood. I don't want anybody to grow up, everybody should know cute little thing and that much they should say. So you want your child to stay like that. How come you grew up? Hey, what is this? The whole existence is a luxury. And Upanishads, Vedas, self-knowledge, awareness, what do? They bring us back our apparently lost glory. You are the luxurious emperor of this universe. Everything at your command. When you are happy, listen carefully. When you are the happiness, not happy. When you are the happiness, you are the love, you are the freedom, you are immortal, you are the wisdom, you are the mortality. Everything is yours. You luxuriate. You have as well have everything in life. When you are the contentment, you have as well had everything in life. But if your happiness depends on a something, if that something goes away, your world collapses. You understand how people say, my world collapsed. Why? My son is my world, my daughter is my world, my husband is my world, my man is my world, my woman is my world, my job is my world, my faith is my world. Therefore your world collapsed. Why? Because your job gone. And imagine a person who has such a monumental loss because a job is gone. Since his world collapsed, he will not allow you to live in a good world. He shall shoot you with AK-47. Because his world is gone, no. His faith, his world collapsed. His money, his job collapsed. His love life collapsed. His power collapsed. Therefore, such people who collapse inside, see to it that everything collapses. They are not builders, they are destroyers. They can never build. A frustrated, self-persecuted, miserable person cannot build. He is building prosperity, growth, is anathema, is like a curse to him. Bringing down is his pleasure, not building up. Because the person never enjoys creativity. There is no creativity. Understand? It's such a beauty. Such people, samabhya spurato ananta rupena prakritim cha napasyatah kva bandha kva chava moksha kva harsha kva vishada. Such a person spuratah ananta rupena spuratah, thriving in infinity dimensions, ananta rupena, endless variety. Imagine the creation in what all forms it is manifesting. Can we talk about it? Can we think about it? At this moment, imagine the simultaneous changes that has taken place throughout the universe, not just here in this classroom. On your body, in your body, invisible to us. Trillions of cells are already dead. New generation has come up. For them a lifetime is over. By the time we finish our talk, 60, 70 or 200 lifetimes over for the tiny cell. And simultaneously, how many things are changing in this universe? Ananta. Endless expanse, infinite dimensions. Spurata. Prakrutim jana pasyatah. And such a person who does not see any ignorance, there is no hint of ignorance in the light of wisdom, is only sarvam khalu idam brahma. There is nothing else other than one truth, absolute existence. How can there be darkness in the sunlight? In Tattvabodha classes, in the beginner's travel, we talk about body, mind, intellect, gross body, subtle body, causal body, waking, dream, deep sleep, ignorance. And once you are aware of all these things, there is only one subject, you. The rest of it is passing reference. It's a passing reference. For the ignorant person, important subject is body, thought, mind, world, money, position, power, all this stuff. Happiness, passing reference. Immortality is some flickering dream. He doesn't understand. How many billions suffering in this world? Billions. Generations are misled. Why? Some people are dreaming and I am also, dragging them to join my dream. Come on. And what is that? How to make the prison beautiful, not the freedom from the prison. Let us make the prison beautiful. Interior decoration. Changes should be made. Put some nice playgrounds, some beautiful lawns, vegetable gardens. Hey, what about freedom? No, the prison is so beautiful, you forget about your freedom. Think. And if possible, get a companion also, soulmate. Companion. And then be angry when the soulmate goes somewhere else. Destroyed, devastated. Ishvara. Do you understand? A prisoner cannot walk out of the prison. You cannot walk out of this earth. Imagine, think of it. You cannot walk out of this earth. No, we have gone to moon in the solar system. You can't walk out of this mortality system. You can go to Mars, another galaxy, but the body shall be dying. After the longest travel in search of immortality, you shall drop dead. Will you like it? No. Sitting down here, a person can discover the immortality now and here. And thereafter, where should he go? Anywhere. Why should I go anywhere? Why should I go? You must go. You go. Why are you pushing me? You go. What are you looking for? Variety. I have seen unity in variety. I am not interested. You sit down in one place. Why should I sit down in one place? I am going to see everywhere. What is this? Whatever I say, you say the other opposite just because it is for your comfort. If you understand. I don't know whether I told you that story. One day there was a military camp and a new recruit is there guarding it on the gate. His standing order is anybody defies the order, doesn't stop for inspection, shoot. And he stands there. The general is traveling in his jeep and he tells the driver, move on. This fellow immediately stops him and looks at the general and tells him, "Whom shall I shoot, you or the driver?" That's a good question, no? Because the driver will not pass through without the general's thing. Or was the general sleeping, doesn't know the driver is shooting? Shooting I am, but whom am I shooting? Is it the driver or the general? It is a beautiful story. With the humble, don't be haughty. And with the haughty, don't be humble. The person who is haughty, very arrogant, what happens is, if you are humble, you forget your role, that you are there for something. Nor with the humble, don't try to show your power to the weak and helpless. Don't be dazzled by the power of the superior. Don't be dazzled. Appreciate. He's a top man, excellent artist, painter, musician, speaker, everything is fine, fine, fine. Don't be dazzled. There was a Chinese man. He was in America, he was invited for a talk. And when he was sitting down there, and they were having a dinner before the speech, and an American person sitting down by his side, and he saw the Chinese man, and then he told, some fishy, because Chinese won't say fish, fishy, like the little fishy. He said, yes. Then he went on with the little fruity, not fruit, fruity, little fruity. Like that, he is telling, little saladi, something, salad, fruit, like that. Every time he added, little fishy, little fruity, little, yes. And then after the food was over, the management, the organizers announced, and to this American surprise, this Chinese man was called upon to speak. So he was the guest of the honor. So and he gave a splendid speech, impeccable diction, fantastic language, all impeccable. And this man was surprised. He was trying to tell him little fishy and little fruity and all that. Then the American comes down, when this man goes there to greet him, he says, "You like the speechy?" Like the speechy? That is how the humble person is, so comfortable, confident. So because I'm a Chinese fellow, you are talking to me like that, who shall talk that? The person who is not sure of himself. Absolute celebration. Prakrutim jana pashyata. He doesn't see any hint of ignorance anywhere. How many things are simultaneously happening in this universe? Yet, I am not a happening. I am an existence. I am not a happening. Are you getting that? Happening within inverted comma. That is when people wait for enlightenment to happen, when a place where it's not happening, it's not an incident, it is. For such a person, kva bandha, kva chava moksha, kva harshaka vishadita, kva bandha. Where is the bondage? What bondage you are talking about? Kva chava moksha. Oh, you are such a liberated person. When I was not, kva moksha. What liberation you are talking about? There is no bondage to be liberated. I am not bound to be free. I am freedom. Somebody long back asked, Swamiji, are you going to be reborn? I said, I am not born. What reborn? Those are all youthful enthusiasm to give some fantastic repartee, so that the fellow is knocked out. Are you going to be reborn? You speaks this eternal birth, eternal life and all, liberation and that. Are you not going to reborn? I said, what? Reborn? Not even born. Not born, but the reborn. Existing, you don't exist. That is why, if suppose you are not dazzled by the success, dazzled by the good fortune, but suppose something wrong happens, everything is taken away, everything, if you say, oh, what happened? So what is the question? Born, reborn? You are already born, no? Because if you are getting that, if you say, I am not born, what is the question? Reborn. So nothing is born in life. There is no beginning of disaster, there is no beginning of pain or pleasure, nothing. That is why you take it. Life becomes a luxurious existence. And creation continuously sending that message by continuous changing. That do not depend on me, I am not dependable. You understand? A changing body sending a continuous message, don't depend on me, I am not dependable. Body is not dependable, creation is not dependable, thought is not dependable. Why? They are self-dismissing and changing. You want to depend? Depend on the self, the absolute yourself, who you are. And depending on yourself is independence, it's a peculiar dependence, a very peculiar dependence. Depending on yourself is independence. Because yourself is all the time available for you. Money is not all the time available for you. Your job is not all available for you. All the people are not all the time available for you. Your own body and its spirit condition is not available for all the time. Neither your thoughts. But one thing which is all times available for you is yourself, who you are. Therefore, what? Moksha. Ko harshaka vishadata. What is the harsha? Elation. Vishadata, depression, dejection, remorse. These languages changes. In that elation, you can feel the depression. In the depression, you can feel absolute elation. Confusing for the ignorant. Everything is going great, you can say, what is so great about it? Everything is going haywire. What is going haywire? It's absolute cosmos. There is no chaos. People don't understand. That is where people will never understand. Ignorant man, how is he going to understand? Because for him, it sees through the limiting ideas, limiting adjuncts, limiting thoughts, limiting perception, limiting roles. When the roles are withdrawn, it's like the colored glass is withdrawn. Suddenly the whole creation in its own native exuberance, resplendence, total colorful existence, which is not a color of the glass. You want to see the natural color or the glass natural? One glass color, like children putting on the red. We have all done, no? Childhood, I remember, isn't that the cardboard specs, and they put on red jerry, one red paper, the cardboard thing, and they put on, everybody, everything doing red, right now. So, you should tell everybody, enjoy the natural colors, don't take away the childhood of the child. Let the ignorant enjoy, don't disturb him. As long as he is not stuck on it. Give him the possibilities once in a while. So chew it. Niko harshaka visadata. Buddhi paryanta sansare, in a language ide. Buddhi paryanta sansare, maya matram vivartate. Nirmamo nirahankar, nishkama sobhate buddha. Buddhi paryanta sansare, maya matram vivartate. Buddhi paryantam, as long as your individuality is there, you are stuck with your own little mind, that long this creation shall appear very, very real. As long as you are stuck with your role, ahankar is there. Mano, buddhi, chittam, ahankar. Sense organs are there. Listen carefully. You cannot escape the dualities of the universe, because eyes, ears, tongue, nose, skin, they are meant for divisive perception. They are meant for divisive perception. Eyes shall show you the colors and forms and dualities. Ears are meant for different types of sounds, experiencing, reporting different types of sounds. Same thing, tongue, different taste, differentiating. The differences of this creation is, I should not say magnified, recognized by the presence of the sense organs. They don't magnify. It is recognized. That is why an animal who doesn't have a sense, like we don't have the capacity of the bat. We don't see things that the bat sees. We don't see things that the dog sees. We don't hear things that the whales can listen, because they have the powerful sense organs. Each animal is stuck with one powerful sense organ. The dog can smell from miles. The whale can listen from hundreds of miles. Underwater they are communicating. How? So we are stuck with nothing, and these are meant for what? Divisive perceptions. The mind is meant for facilitating organizing all those perceptions. Different types of thoughts, different types of memories will be there. So as long as you are looking at the creation through your mind, through your memories, through your sense organs, through your body, that long you cannot escape. Listen, very, very important. So as long as you are looking at through this body, through these sense organs, you cannot escape the duality. So you mean to say that what about the wise man? Yes. The person sees himself. The ignorant person, while looking at everything, loses sight of himself. The wise person, big with himself, whatever he sees, never lose sight of himself. In the duality, for the ignorant person, the duality as though hides the unity, the oneness. For the wise person, the oneness is revealed in spite of the dualities, because he is himself. Are you getting that? So both perceive. For one perceives, for him the perceptible, dualistic, divisive universe is real. For the other person, the divisions are apparent, because what is real is one indivisible conscious existence. Therefore, such a person, ko harsha ka visadita, what is there to laugh or to cry? Why not laugh and cry? You don't, to a free person, you don't put boundaries. Understand, friends? Mahadeva, I don't know what to tell you. No constitution can guarantee the freedom that you can discover in yourself. No political constitution can guarantee the freedom that you discover in yourself. The constituency which is required for the relative world It will guarantee your social freedom, religious freedom, financial freedom, individual freedom in many ways, in these forms. But he can't say, from now on you shall be free, you are free. Are you getting that point? No, you cannot establish it by a proclamation. And this freedom nobody can take away, no dictator can take away. No political establishment can snatch that freedom from you. What the creation has endowed, nobody can take it away, loot, snatch it from you. Because you are free. Nobody. That is why you are so comfortable with anything and everything. Compromisingly or uncompromisingly. This language is very tough to understand. Compromisingly, yes. If you say there is a God, you have to be killed. Okay, there is no God. Oh, how can you deny God? If you want to deny, if that is good for you, there is no God. For you, for me, everything is okay. God is there? Yes. God is not there? Hey, why don't you ask God about it? Why are you fighting about God with me? Ask Him if He is there. If He is not there, what can I do about it? And if He is there also, what can I do about it? But fact is, there is one thing. No, there are so many things. Okay, there are so many things. Life is too precious to be given out for this type of, mad people. Think of it. I'm not telling joke, because you have created virtue out of it. One who is sacrificing his life for faith, then naturally you can have the fundamentalists. He sacrifices defending his God, no. So he has a right to destroy everybody. Why? Because it has been put on a high pedestal that those who sacrifice their life in the name of God, they are all martyrs. So everybody wants to be martyr. Why? Mahadeva, you must see. Okay. So buddhi parinte sansari. So as long as you are looking at the creation through this prism, these colored glasses, or these roles of mano, buddhi, chittam, ahankar, everything will appear to be very real. In fact, as long as you are affected, miserable, anxious, problematic, conflict-ridden, that long you are ignorant, looking through things. Don't say, I'm a wise man, but I'm getting sometimes ignorant. That's your nice to talk about such a little comforting, gesture. Then I'm a wise man and sometimes I'm uncomfortable. Okay, be comfortable with that uncomfortable idea, but soon that will also disappear, because it will create a conflict inside you. How can I say I'm absolutely happy, I'm the absolute happiness, then sometimes miserable? Yeah, very good. Nobody else can take away your freedom for that. You can tell that also. It is not to be judged in the court of law. In your own court, you decide for yourself. What you are talking, is it true for you or not? Am I the happiness? Yes. Am the absolute? Yes. Can I suffer a little? Why not? Why should I suffer? Why should you suffer? That is why this is, it's all total your game. You play it. Nirmamo nirahankara nishkama shobhate buddha. Buddha shobhate. This wise man, Buddha, this wise man, awakened to himself, shobhate, shines in its effulgence. Buddha shobhate. How? Nirmama nirahankara. No ahankara, no mamakara. No I-ness, no my-ness. As long as I-ness, my-ness is there, that long buddhi parita sansara, that long the samsara, the creation shall appear very real. I am the body, my body, don't have to wait for in trouble. My thought, I am the trouble, I am the thought, don't have to wait for problem, in the problem. My money, I am the rich, don't have to wait for trouble, in trouble. You can't say, my awareness, I am the If you want to use that word, you can use that, but the I, my is not needed. Because nobody can own the absolute. You can't even own this physical body. You may own, body doesn't feel owned. When shall you learn? You may own your body, but body does not feel owned. It goes in its own way. It goes on aging. You don't want your nose to be like this, but the nose goes. You don't want your limbs to be tight. Oh, can't move. What happened? What did you do for that? Suddenly morning I got up, it came up like, what happened to you? You don't want it, it comes up now. It has no respect for you. Your body, your own, which you consider yours and you, that fellow has no respect for you. Imagine. My body, me. Hey, it is available for you. Make best use of it. This mind, make best use of it. And what is the best use of the mind? Not managing mortality, but discovering immortality, and thereafter mortality is managed. Discover the happiness of yourself. Live with thee. Be the changeless. Live with the changes. You will know how to do that. Yet, also, there is so much possibilities through the body, so many physical activities, by playing, painting, what all things you can do. Mentally, amazing power. Discover today the man is going to moon, stars, planets. Oof, what all discoveries being made. How many discoveries? The science is exploding. It's so good. People are living for 100 years, 110 years, what all time. Diseases are finished. Yesterday, one 2-year-old died. His heart was brought in. One Russian fellow has come from Russia for a treatment in Madras. It was brought in from Bangalore. It transplanted in that child. 2-year-old's heart. Was it possible few years back? Nobody can think about it. First heart transplant, Christian Bernard Honey did that. Nobody could believe that heart can be transplanted. Now artificial heart they are creating, artificial kidneys, artificial organs they are going to create, artificial cells. They are producing now the bone marrow if they can produce. All they are trying. Who is doing it? Brains. Everybody sitting down, I am the Brahman, I am the absolute, now what will happen? Even such people also, they are in need of that knowledge. They must have it. Because once that engagement with the laboratory is over, the person comes face to face with the person himself. He also needs it. You can forget your anxieties and limitations for some time, but you can't forget it for all times to come. That is where you need this awareness of yourself. Yet, because I am being aware of myself, therefore I have no use of my mind, no, I shall not use my body, something is wrong with you. Use your mind. Contribute, discover, explore, challenge. Use the body. You can be Olympic gold medalist. I can't run, but let me see a guy who is running. I can't sing, let somebody do that. I can do something which others cannot do. Others can do something which I cannot do. Together, we have the whole world at our disposal. This is the festival. Eternal celebration, eternal festival. The one who sees in himself. Okay? We shall see tomorrow. So, nirmamo nirahankar, niskamo sohade. Why this person enjoys? Because nirmama nirahankar. No ahankar, no mamakar. I, my is gone. When I is not there, where is the my? Close your eyes. Just to be yourself. You don't need to say I. And therefore, you don't need to say my body, my thought. Again, to be yourself. You don't need to possess to be who you are. Nor you need to be possessed. Every thought is a luxury. Your body and its conditions. Can live with everything and without everything.